This is Suzanne Wagner, and I am doing the numerology for the 5th of April, 2024. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 17, and if you add the 1 and the 7 together, you get the number 8. The number 8 is the number of grief, loss, and sadness. It's those deeper emotions that we bury and we don't think are socially acceptable to show because they kind of show vulnerability or weakness in us, and we live in a society, obviously, that doesn't appreciate weakness and will oftentimes label it. So we tend to bury these things, and we tend to also put shields or illusions around them. And so today, the number 8 asks us to look if we are actually mad. Often being mad is a secondary emotion and a defensive posture to protect a more vulnerable feeling, such as sadness. But today is a day to notice where we are sad. I wanted to point out first, as I find so many these days are not aware of what is a primary emotion to a secondary one. I find for myself that often my primary emotion is sadness or hurt, but looking weak was never an option in my family. So instead, I got really good at being defensive, but defensiveness comes out to others as anger. It is reactive and pushes back, and that causes others to have to also go on the defensive. That is how situations escalate into worse patterns. If I can just notice that I'm wanting to respond in anger or defend my position, it is a sure clue that I am probably deeply hurt. But if I respond from the hurt rather than the anger, it does not cause others to also get defensive. If I admit that now I feel hurt, that causes them to reevaluate their own choice of words and actions and gives a doorway for a more honest communication that can find a middle ground. What we need in our world are many more to become aware of this type of pattern in our world and to be willing to show despair, sadness, and hurt rather than constantly raging at others to protect our deepest inner self. Today, notice if something feels stuck in your craw. Notice if you are hanging on to a hurt that will not allow you to be authentic and real. Then make a choice. The journey to enlightenment begins with a first step from one's authentic self. Thanks, everyone.